Hi, book nerds. I'm Rene DeFazio.
And I'm Tamara Veitch. We're the authors of The Emissary, Book 1 in the One Great Year series.
We have been asked kindly by Jean to share with you, thank you Jean by the way.
Thank you, Jean.
To share with you our experience of writing The Emissary.
So we started 9 years ago together, but it started long before that for Rene. He was backpacking around the world and he had a brilliant idea.
I had one of those round the world tickets and I was going to places like Stonehenge in England and Angkor Wat in Cambodia, the pyramids in Egypt, and all these monolithic sites around the world. And while I was there, I was reading a book called Fingerprints of the Gods by Graham Hancock. And in Graham's book, he outlines this alternative history.
The idea is that civilization's far older than we think it is, and that somehow it was lost. There was some cataclysm across the world and civilization was lost.
Yeah, while we were researching our book, we came across the Great Year Cycle. Now, the Great Year Cycle is written about in 31 ancient civilizations, when apparently they had no contact with each other. Now, this Great Year Cycle is 26,000 years long. It is a natural phenomenon. It occurs when the Earth spins one time on its wobble. And for the Earth to make one rotation of that wobble takes 26,000 years.
But what the Emissary focuses on is the rise and fall of consciousness within that Great Year Cycle. The idea that they started in a golden age, they moved into a silver age, descended into a bronze age, and into a dark, cruel, iron age before it would reascend again.
So we thought we would throw our story into that world, and we bring that reality to life in The Emissary.
Rene and I were only dating 6 months when he first pitched me the idea for this story. And what really grabbed my heart was the main character, Marcus. He had past life memory and his soulmate Theron didn't. And he pursued her through the ages. It was historical fiction. It was fantasy fiction. It was romance. And I loved it. And that's where we began building together. Since then, we've had some pretty awesome success.
Yeah, we've had a lot of joys in writing over the last 9 years. One of those was our book was actually optioned 5 years ago. So we have producers right now working on bringing this to television or film.
So keep your fingers crossed. You may see it there. What we can tell you is Book 1, The Emissary, is coming out in October of 2018 on the 9th. Book 2 is coming out February 12th, 2019. Not a long wait. Book 3 is coming out in the fall of 2020. But in the meantime, we've also worked on an audiobook.
The Emissary audiobook comes out December 4th. And it was really cool for me because I actually started off as an actor. But since we started writing the book, I took a hiatus from acting, which was 9 years ago. And then once we started writing and we got the opportunity to do the audiobook, I got a chance to re-experience all those things I've learned in acting and bring all the characters in our book to life.
So we're looking forward to sharing our book with you. We've attached to the end of this an audiobook clip and trailer for you to enjoy. Thank you so much, Jean, for having us. Thank you for sharing your time with us. And have a great read.
Happy reading, book nerds! Helgul discovered countless Atlantium-filled chambers as he searched for his friends, planning how they would approach their hosts to convince them to help save the inhabitants of Aditala. It was growing hotter, and as Helgul got closer to the center of Inner Earth, he found it harder to breathe. The straight tunnel had grown wider than any he had seen thus far, and the light radiating from the end compelled him to get closer. Helgul was amazed and confused by what he saw. As he neared, the passage was lined with Arya. They were oblivious to his presence. He did not understand that they were absorbed in a regenerative daily feeding. It was eerie to see them as they floated immobile above the ground, their eyes closed and their faces basking in the life-giving light. There were thousands of Arya with their backs to him. He was moving cautiously, wondering how to approach them and ask for help, when he received a clear telepathic message. "Do not disturb them," it warned. Helgul froze. engulfed by a powerful wave of fear that was alien to him.